Despite the chaos, despite the torturous changes the world is going through, find a trust in being held by the earth. Breathe in harmony with this tension. There are volcanoes erupting all over the world. There are people in the streets and people in trenches. There are people trapped in hatred within their families. There are people who don't have enough to eat, and yet we breathe to release the leadership, the judgment, the dominance that have kept you from being who you really are. Breathe them into nothing. I invite you to feel gravity. Despite the chaos, despite the torturous changes the world is going through, find a trust in being held by the earth. Find your breath. Broaden your awareness to recognize the greatest tension in and around you. Breathe in harmony with this tension. Breathe to draw this tension into your center to heal. To access the nourishment that you need in your heart. Allow your heart to soften, center as you breathe. There are volcanoes erupting all over the world, and yet we still breathe. There are people in the streets and people in trenches. There are people trapped in hatred within their families. There are people who don't have enough to eat, and yet we breathe. To be in gratitude for the sacred chance to breathe in rhythm with this body that we have been given. Because conscious breath brings life force into our blood, which spreads to every cell. Feel it happening. Oh, this day I live, I am so grateful. Crown. Breathe to cleanse your crown. To find a surrender beneath the surrender you thought you could find. To release the leadership, the judgment, the dominance that have kept you from being who you really are. Breathe them into nothing. And as you inhale the sacred essence of the divine, it dances down into your throat. And here you find a change. She's going to ask you to work. And what she's going to ask you to do may not make sense. Tune into your throat chakra. Watch what opens your throat. Breathe with the resolve to dissolve resistance. That which inhibits, threatens, chokes you. Breathe to melt a knife at your throat. And turn it into a shovel you take away from that which has threatened you and use for yourself. Sacral. You've got to be someone new. So right now, I invite you to surrender to be what you need to be, to hold your past in check. You have to be bigger than everything that has ever threatened you. You have to be deeper than everything that has tried to take your essence. This is math. Aim for it right now. Breathe in your sacral to be the person it's time to be. Nose tip. This is fun. This chakra is fun. It'll just change up your day so fast. I invite you to smile as you prepare to be initiated into a sacred dance with yourself. What do you need today? Breathe to let your nose tip show you what you need. Ooh. And carry it down to your solar plexus and commit to doing it. Now you're going to breathe in your solar plexus and you're going to take that insight from your nose tip and you're going to plant it like a seed. What's your intention? Your nose tip just told you what you need. If you didn't get a clear answer, then your intention is to find a clear answer. And trust it. And give yourself up to your diamond die. Breathe to cleanse your dreams. If you had dissonance in your dreams, breathe to cleanse it. Imagine you have the power to dissolve the deepest of forces before they reach you. This is the power of the diamond die. Move your way down to the lungs. Be in balance. Big, big inhales. But fun, full, feel good. Add the sniffing breath. If you don't know it, learn it. Breathe to expose how you're out of balance. Agree to face it right now. What are you doing too much of? What are you doing too little of? Root. Do you really mean it? Or are you just playing? What if Gaia is inviting you to be exactly who you need to be, but you're arguing with her? You want a promise. You want a commitment. You want a map. You want a contract. She's saying, come this way. That's all she's saying. You're going to say yes? Drink this. You're going to say yes? You're going to trust those who make these choices with you more than those who don't. And bring this trust up to your chin. Lift your chin up. Lift up your chin and breathe into a strong jaw. We've been made weak by these pastes and processed foods. Takes the strength of our consumption out of us. You eat what machines give you, you become more of a machine. Eat simple. Feel your chin. Sense into this space when you don't know what's going on, when everything is changing and nothing makes sense. Rest in your chin. And I invite you to let the full moon show you what you most need to trust. And commit to recognizing when the full moon's coming next month. And move it down to your belly. Move it down to your belly. Feel your navel. Feel your core. Feel your need to empower. Want it. Want it as a feeling, not as an idea. Want it. Want it so much you're sick of the excuses. You're sick of the thing that becomes the reason you don't try to do or you can't. Want it in a way that will find a way. You can't do this, you'll do this. You can't do this, you'll do this. Relentless has a place. And move up to your third eye. You do enough of the other work. This is magic land. Turn on your third eye. Agree to see the world as she is, life around you as it is. Ooh. Feel between your eyebrows. This is a fierce action to see the world as it is. It takes time to unfold. Return here several times a day and breathe for a minute or more. Let each visit be an investment in the truth, and then shift to your heart. Breathe to return home. Lightning sessions.
We have Casey first.
Casey.
Sorry, Daniel. I didn't realize you couldn't hear me.
No, just take a breath, though, because when things like that happen, I trust it. So you remember my first question?
Yes.
Maybe you could dig deeper.
When we were on the part in the meditation talking about wanting it, I had a very emotional reaction to it that felt very positive but confusing to me. And we've talked about this before, where there is a wall there, something I'm not yet supposed to see beyond, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it, but the emotions are flowing and the desire is picking up. And it's like, yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around, because as you know, there's a lot of energy involved in these things. And I'm always trying to calculate that. Where am I pointing my energy? Am I pointing it in the right direction? Because once I do, I feel like I could go at the speed of light.
And you are being challenged to allow that emotion. You allow that emotion. Stop trying to wrap your head around it.
Now, I feel like I do a good job of allowing emotions to flow. Now, I try to suppress it a little bit being here in a group setting, which I probably shouldn't do, perhaps, but I don't want to push out too much emotion. But typically, yeah, I don't mind letting myself just cry because it felt good. It feels good. I know it's a positive thing, but I'm still
I don't buy it. It felt good. Can we stay with it?
Yeah.
Stay with it.
It feels good.
Stay with it. It's still here. It's not gone. Right?
I feel it. Yeah.
So breathe with it. Speak with it. You're speaking to like grasp at the ground because it's so intense. And this is the challenge. How can you keep a line from this emotional vision into the present? What does it mean you do today to keep following this call?
It's starting to become clear. I'm starting to get I felt like I got a direct message in the meditation of something to potentially share. But then it's like I stop. I feel I need to stop there and really understand what that might look like. It's it was an analogy of a bubble, and I felt like I've lived with a bubble, a protective bubble, my whole life, and I've been able to really manage what's come into my bubble. And with this move, I can't wait to share pictures, Daniel. I promised I would do that on Bali. The house is almost together, and I'm going to take some pictures. I can't wait to share it because I felt a move, what ultimately felt very securely into 5D living. Okay, my version, my style, but I felt my bubble expand, if you know what I'm saying. It was one that was very personal and just wrapped around me. It expanded into my previous home, but it couldn't expand much into the community. And now I feel like it's expanded into the community. And I feel, very safe and secure into that. And I don't know. I don't even know how this relates necessarily. It's just
Hey,
some
hey,
of the
Casey.
emotions I'm feeling.
Now you put yourself here in lightning session, eh?
Yeah.
You hurt someone in your past and it's coming up to the surface loud. Like you haven't fully dealt with it within yourself.
Would this perhaps be dealing with a parent?
Doesn't look like it to me.
No.
Looks like a woman.
I guess a number of things are triggered, with that. I'm open.
So what I do, what I have done is I bow my head and say, what do I need to know and to do? And then I ask an angel. It's really asking them for their judgment. They're better than humans at it. But it's like an anchor for you. Like you're afraid of your own power, it looks like to me. And I don't think you should feel like exposing any more of it than that. This is a challenge that quite honestly many people have. So I think everyone could experience it this way, just to recognize the people in our past who have been with us in a way and they were hurt and we rationalized it, held it that way. And there are certain thresholds we can't cross if we're holding on to rationalizations of wounds in the past.
Suppose that gives me plenty to ponder on.
Yeah. Again, I'm feeling pretty strongly encouraged to not press you for more public information. It's important that everybody could recognize how to look into your own past.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. And a gratitude to you for being present in a way that could catalyze that, because I'm sure other people would prefer not to have a spotlight on them in these emotions.
I know it's necessary, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. I'll say this, I hurt a woman very badly. And how she literally said, I need you to be more of an asshole. And then I was. And for years I was like, well, she told me to. It's not adequate. That explicit a go is not adequate. I still did it. I'm still the one who embodied that. It still resonates in my aura. It still became a part of me. So to come to terms with that has been years of regularly feeling the emotion of it, bowing my head and say, Thoth, what do I do? At this point, he kind of smiles at me and says, this again. It's a humbling.
Mm-hmm.
When we agree to embody a greater depth of influence, our mood changing will change people around us. Our mood changing will affect others. So to agree to regularly be humbled by the memory of mistakes we've made, and to use that memory as taking us down a notch of our own volition, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not a process that really seems to end. It just becomes a part of me. Not so bad, a scar that's worthy of remembrance.
For sure. That's really where I appreciate, I guess, most many things, but most about what you're able to do, because it's what I carry in that auric field that I'm not aware of.
Yeah.
And I appreciate when you point it out, and trust it, and know that it's something to truly consider and ponder on. And I know it'll be of benefit. I sincerely appreciate it.
Well, I think you're going to be treated in a similar way, Casey. So consider it training. Bless you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the pictures.
Yes.
Welcome. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Who are you? Where are you?
You know me as Kaito from Andrew's circle.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad you're back. I was wondering how you're doing.
Oh God, speaking of transmuting rage, I'm literally in the place where I can't live indoors. I've been sleeping outside,
Bless your heart. I love it. I know it well.
because my fucking not roommate, but friend, Jeff, uh, he got evicted unlawfully. So I'm kind of helping him with that stuff, like illegal AI stuff.
Dip beneath the drama, though. Life is trying to set you free right now.
Yeah, I haven't showered in like a month.
Well, jump in a river.
There's no river around here.
Nothing? Where are you?
Clearfield.
Where's that?
It's like maybe 15, 20 minutes south of Ogden,
In what state?
Utah.
Utah. Oh my goodness. No, there isn't a lot of water to jump in.
No.
I mean, I've been in the Salt Lake. It took me an hour just to get in over my head. What do you really need?
I need stability.
Do you?
I'm getting stir crazy.
Yeah, because part of you wants to run wild, and you're 23?
6.
6?
26. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be 27 in July.
Like this is when? This is when?
Uh-huh.
In 5 years, you're not going to be upset that you didn't find a shitty apartment with a shitty landlord.
Right.
So what do you really need?
Meaning, I guess.
You're finding meaning, right?
Sort of. It's hard to
I can
just
tell you this:
always
psychedelics
channel
and
sacred
medicine,
rage all the
I
time. Like,
wouldn't encourage
that's
you to
exhausting.
identify with them.
Huh?
You notice how I just talked over you? I did it on purpose.
It's okay.
I'm sorry to be rude.
It's
Psychedelics
okay.
have been medicine to you, but I wouldn't make them part of your identity.
Okay, well, that's a old name.
I would change it.
Okay.
Psychedelics are medicine, but people overdo it. They're not a sacrament. I discourage you making them a sacrament.
Okay.
They're medicine. They help you address trauma and move through it. And then you want to find the grounding without it.
Okay.
I really believe in you.
That means a lot.
I know you. I trust you. You're the kind of young person who scares me because I see enough of myself in you, and I know what it felt like to need to be outside. And the threshold is you're going to either attract drama that will keep forcing you to go outside when you're forced, or you choose it because you know you'd rather sleep outside.
Okay.
So choose it so you don't have drama around you forcing you to do what's actually good for your spirit.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, look, when it's cold, either go south or go indoors. But as long as it's over freezing,
yeah, it's
you're going to be
over
happier to
freezing.
sleep
It's
on
like
the
50
ground.
degrees. I was not really sleeping on the ground, but like it's a couch, and I have to wear like 50 layers.
Get one of those 1-inch blow-up pads. That's all I ended up needing. I used to use a yoga mat for a long time. I would just sleep on the yoga mat, but that was a little rough. What are the 1-inch pads that rolls up? It's enough.
The bugs are insane here.
Then
Sleeping
you
on
need
the ground
to
is
learn I'm not
dangerous.
kidding, and I'm not being rude. You need to learn to negotiate with the bugs.
Oh, okay.
Bugs don't bite me. Don't
Okay.
hold what the bugs bite. I'm not kidding.
I see that.
When I go out of my backyard all summer. I'll stay there for half an hour, light a candle, pray, and then the bugs start biting me. You know what I do? I go inside. They gave me space in my own damn backyard for half an hour, and then they start biting me because the ecosystem wants me to go back inside.
I don't
Negotiate
have that option.
with the bugs.
Okay, I will.
You could do this. You're made for it. It won't necessarily last for more than a couple years.
Uh-huh.
and you get to live much happier than most people because you do need. I would encourage you to go where you can jump in the water. It's one of the most important things about living this life.
I'll ask up for a ride to do that.
Colorado,
something.
California, and Oregon are not far away.
Actually, I am going to be part of a Oregon psychedelic church thing just to earn money because that's an option I have.
There goes my it's not a sacrament. So experience that.
I hear you though. Like there's a reason why I wasn't able to make a sacrament psychedelic drink.
I treat it as it is much better medicine for trauma than revelation in my experience. When people hold revelations from psychedelics, they typically stay rather shallow. When people hold trauma healing from psychedelics, it works and it lasts.
Right.
So
I'll
I would
refrain my
beware of people who
perspective.
claim revelation from psychedelics and have to keep going back to the psychedelics to find it.
See, I never saw that as a
Good.
thing.
Good.
Like I always saw it as these are here to shoot me into a survival state and I can work through it if I have eaten something that's good for me, or I can surrender to it and have it show me how bad I've been treating my body.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's good at. But then you have to incorporate that like that witnessing of yourself, like act on it and change the pattern.
Yeah, and then you get shoved into this situation where you
you got shoved in this situation because you'd rather be outdoors, so you attracted drama that pushed you outdoors. I
Interesting.
know.
Okay, I hear you.
Look, here's a
Still a little
rule,
resistance, but I hear you.
Say no to pills and powders. It works.
Oh, I definitely.
Say no to
only
pills
weed,
and powders.
only weed and tobacco.
I only had to say no to meth once, and it never attracted it again.
Oof. Yeah, I attracted cocaine once, and it was bad.
I said yes to cocaine once, and then I had to say no 3 times, and it works. You can play the edge and really find people who are good. Find people who are good for you. You can play it. You could ride right through. You could work for a month on a farm and have enough money for 3 months. You can do this.
Okay.
And I'm giving you more respect than you may understand by saying this because it scares me to give you that advice, but you need it. This is where you are.
It feels tangible.
Right? I see you breathe into it. And it's so much fun, dude, to wake up every day, but do yoga. You got to do yoga while you go.
Okay.
Yoga was my home while I traveled.
I had to fight a freaking dude.
Everybody loves it. They're like, oh man, that guy's got good vibes. And do the dishes for people. There is not a single person who ever complained that I did their dishes when I showed up at their house.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind as well.
And I smoked pot for a lot of my travels, and it worked. Now, it keeps you kind of low, but you're so naturally high that it'll act as a bit of grounding in a weird way.
I see that. Yeah.
But it's the only substance that I allowed that way. Alcohol would mess me up when I was that light.
Yeah. Alcohol is too much for me right now.
Good. You got it. You got the calling. It's a calling. The earth is channeling you into a path. It exists and other people have walked it, and we can help you.
That's nice.
Yeah, right? It feels good. And avoid getting unduly angry. Seriously.
Okay.
Everything could go to shit when you get too angry when you're that light. I got arrested twice when I got really angry.
Speaking of law enforcement, I was just sitting underneath a slide yesterday and someone called welfare on me.
Yeah, it happens.
That was ridiculous.
Bounce around it. This is
I had
people,
to.
like don't let them harsh your depth. Just roll and keep going. I cannot tell you how many times, 50 times, I almost got arrested. And I looked in that cop's eyes. I prayed for him. I prayed for his family. And I said, these are not the droids you're looking for. And they let me go.
Nice.
50 times. I only got arrested twice. And when I did, I sang. I sang in the cop stations. And then they let me go.
Nice. That's dope.
It works. And
It
I'm
works.
terrified to give you this advice, but you're on the flow, like,
Yeah.
so
I've
you're
been-
on the flow. And the
yeah.
worst thing you can do is get caught up in dramas, resenting people and telling people stories about resenting people. Just don't do it. You want to move through it. They're just showing you who they are. Bend around them. Move on. Stay focused on the path. Stay focused on where the vibrancy is. Go towards the vibrancy. You don't know how to get there? Stop and meditate. You don't know what to do? Do a little yoga. You don't know what to do? Fall asleep right there under the tree. You don't know what to do? Wake up, do yoga, hold your thumb out. Someone who looks like you will pick you up.
Huh. Okay.
It works.
Interesting.
But you gotta tend your vibe like a sacred garden.
Yes, I do. I really do.
Yeah.
I have garden quartz. You speak my vibe.
You got it, man. I avoided meat and sugar.
Mhm.
They mess your vibe big time.
Meat and sugar. Okay.
And shit made by machines to eat. Try to not eat things made by machines.
Yeah, I've been eating protein shakes and freaking water.
Yeah.
Spring water.
Rice and
I ate
beans are really good. Oats. Simple.
Simple.
Nuts.
Yeah. Nuts are great. I want to get
Soak
some
nuts
nuts.
overnight. They're twice as good for you.
Oh yeah, because they can
Yeah.
digest better.
Dude, you're gonna you want this so much, man.
This is insanity.
You're
But
never
also,
gonna
yeah, I
regret
need
this,
it.
all right? You're never gonna regret this.
I see that, but also it's kind of. I feel like I'm
Look
just
at me.
hammering
I find
nails
every
into myself.
opportunity to bring up how on the edge I was. Come on, it's fun.
Yeah, in a way, I agree. In other parts of me,
Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, California, and Oregon are the coolest places on the planet.
mm,
They're full of people who will trade with you for a week because your company will be appreciated.
interesting. Yeah, I also don't have any funds right now, so that's kind of the.
Yeah, I didn't have a dime when I started.
Oh, okay, so you feel me.
Dude, she's challenging you to go to the edge.
Oh, yeah,
You want to trade
I
with
feel
Natalia?
challenged. No,
You can
well,
do it in the US on food stamps, for Christ's sake. Like, it's like
yeah,
living on the edge light to live around hippies in California. Okay. They're all like, oh, dude, I did that when I was 20.
yeah, California is a mixed bag right now.
Yeah, I know. Oregon's a little better.
Okay,
Maybe. Colorado's pretty
Maybe.
hip too.
okay.
You've got these. Avoid drama. I can't tell you enough. Avoid drama. Don't
Avoid
feed
drama.
drama. Don't tell people stories about drama. Don't complain
Yeah,
about drama. Cry. If you need
definitely-
to cry. If you're
Yeah.
saying I'm scared, that's not drama. But if you're like, man, this guy did this to me, don't do it. You'll attract all the old people.
Okay. Okay.
You treat it as a sign to leave. You're like, okay, this is bad vibes. I don't want to be here. They don't get me. My light that I bring around the world, igniting light, they don't get me because they
Right.
treated me bad. You got to have an attitude.
Right. There is a guy around here, neighbor, that wants to fight me all the time. It's fucking insane.
You don't belong in Utah.
I don't think I do.
No,
You're
you don't.
right.
All due respect, Utah. I'm sure you'll grow up eventually.
It's a police state for
Yeah.
sure.
For polygamists, give me a break.
Oh God. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I could see
Mormonism
that.
started in upstate New York where I live. I know them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're playing it being deer, okay? They're playing it being stallions, and they think they're smart at getting away with something.
Interesting. Yeah,
So
they're
just say
they're very
no.
much backwards.
Yeah,
They're
Just say no. They're
backwards.
playing it being stallions.
Hmm.
You got this. Check in. Just keep checking in.
Okay. Just meditate and yoga.
I'm not kidding. I can't tell you how many times I slept in the woods, got up, meditated until I knew what to do.
Okay, that's
I go 3
helpful
days without eating.
information.
Whatever. It's a cool challenge.
That's where I'm at.
I know. Enjoy it.
Luckily, I have protein shakes.
There you go.
Ugh,
Put some cacao in there.
I don't have cacao.
Well, pray for it. It'll show up.
Mm,
Watch out. You get on
okay.
the edge. You got to make use of being on the edge, dude. Your messages go loud. When you're on the edge like that, you just put a little prayer into the water and it comes back to you. The easiest things to
Okay.
manifest are simple. Somebody, I need fruit. I need fruit. I need fruit. Someone gives me a bag of fruit. And they look you in the eye like, you asked for this?
Okay.
It's so much fun.
Okay. Yeah, this is new to me. This is very, very new to me.
I know.
It's nice. It's nice to have some actual tangible advice.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. I've got 2 kids and I'm right where I belong.
Nice. Still finding my footing.
Kaito, yes?
Hmm.
Okay, there's something deeper. You ready? After all that. Your breath, man. Your breath. You got something on your heart, high, heavy.
The thing that wants to be said is I'm tired of running. And it feels like I'm running harder.
Go towards rather than away.
Mm, that's scary as fuck.
I know it's scarier. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the movie The Village?
I've heard of it,
It's a good
but
movie.
never watched it.
I'm going to invite you to, and when you come back, I'll talk to you about it. You'll know why I said it.
The one with the freaking Colt in the woods?
Yep.
Is that okay? Fascinating. Never thought you would ever recommend that movie or anything like it.
They speak. Look, man, they speak through everything.
Mm,
The world
Okay.
is drawing us into deeper harmony. She uses all of it.
mm.
She uses
Okay.
all of it.
She has to, I guess.
Exactly. And she enjoys it. She finds ways to enjoy things. I got mad at a cat for torturing the mice in our yard. I'm like, why can't you just kill them? You know what he said?
Mm.
If I don't torture them, they just come back. They don't care. They don't mind dying. They're afraid of pain.
Mm. Interesting.
There's purpose in all of this. The goal is to play a beautiful, loving role within it. When you come to peace with how everything else works, you gravitate towards compassion and empathy and kindness and creativity and deep purpose. But you have to stop fighting everybody else for being stuck where they are.
Mm.
They're just
Okay.
stuck, man. They're stuck. You're not.
Yeah, more aware than most people around here.
Yeah. And it's not ego to know that.
Thank you for saying that.
But don't judge them. You don't know
Right.
who they are.
Yeah.
And judgment keeps you stuck worse than anything. Judgment wraps you up with someone else.
Is resentment where judgment starts?
Yes. And resentment is meant to just be a push. Resentment, the start of resentment is just no. Say no and leave. If you follow the no, you're just pushing against the edge of the pool. Nothing's
Okay.
wrapped up in it. But resentment means you're stuck and you're trying to push away. And then judgment means you shackle yourself to them and are convinced you understand who they are. You were just supposed to say no and
Oof.
leave.
Yeah. Yeah, that's strong words.
It works. And you're scared to leave what you know. Of course you are. Of course you are. Don't steal. Don't eat shit from machines and do your yoga.
Okay.
Everybody knows
helpful.
who you are. Wherever you go, everybody knows who you are. You're naked to the world.
That's
There's
kind of
no-
fun.
There's no manipulation available. The world sees everything about you. So you hold integrity, people love you. They're like, oh my God, this kid's got a great vibe. They
Okay.
love having you around for a little while. You start saying no yourself because you feel stuck in someone's home. I
Mm,
can't tell you how many homes I was invited back to because they like me being around.
Hmm.
Aim for that.
okay.
You got this. And I think you should do this psychedelic church thing. It sounds like a great way to begin. Just, keep grounded.
Right. Grounded. Meditate, yoga.
Yes.
And you did say last time that smoking a little bit of weed before yoga helps.
Yeah.
And I smoke out of a black tourmalated quartz pipe,
Awesome.
so it
And
grounds
pray.
me even more.
Pray when you do and don't overdo it. It doesn't take much.
It doesn't take much. No.
If you ride it right, it doesn't take much. You do it and you channel it intentionally. Do not invoke drama when you're high. It's poison.
Yeah, agreed.
Good. Right, I'm going to let you go now,
Okay.
and I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you for showing me what love looks like.
You are welcome. We love you. What a day. I love you guys.